Hey YouTubers, Vince Romano 26 here, and I have a thrift and eBay haul for you today. Sorry if it's been a while since I have done a thrift haul. I have actually not been thrifting. I haven't been in the last week and a half because I have so much stuff that I have to list. My goal is to get rid of everything that I have by the flea market yard sale season, so that way I can stock up again for the next Christmas season. I'll be doing a video on my buying methods and things like that later on. But I want to get to my thrift and eBay haul for you. Before I jump into the vintage stuff, I do want to show you a couple of non-vintage pieces because they were such a good deal and I looked them up and they retail for a lot of money, so I was happy about that. And typically you all know that I don't show anything in my videos that are not vintage, so it has to be something really, really special or something that was of good quality, and I did find two really good quality pieces. First being these Vera Bradley sandals. Now, I hope you're not thinking that I'm going to wear these things, because first of all, I am not a size 9 or 10. I'm like a 14. Second, these are for women. I will not be wearing these shoes. But I found them on top of the clothes rack in the thrift store, and I noticed that they were a size 9 or 10, and so I I texted my mom and asked her what her shoe size was. And she said about a 9 or 10, and then she said, why? And I was like, no reason. And she's like, okay, and then I think she was probably thinking, what a weirdo. And so I got these for her. These cost me $2. And I think these retail for probably, they range in different prices. I'm thinking $14 to $16. Any of you who buy Vera Bradley, please let me know how much these retail for, because I could only find eBay prices and other resale sites. So those were a good find. Those are going to go with her Christmas stuff. I can't wait to give those to her, because I know she'll like them. And they're in her size. My next piece is probably one of my favorites of all today. This is a really, really nice crystal snowman. And I don't know how well y'all will be able to see this. Let's see if I can get it in here for you. If you guys can vaguely see that, that's a marquee stamp. This is a marquee Waterford crystal snowman ornament that I think came out in 1997. And I looked up the MSRP. For those of you who don't work retail, that means manufacturer suggested retail price. This originally went for, it was either $29.95 or it was around $30. And I got this for, it says 25 cents on there, but I bought something for 50 cents. This dropped down to 12 cents, 12 and a half cents. A $29.95 ornament to 12 cents. How awesome is that? Now, it's not going to go on my Christmas tree because it's not an old ornament, but I'm going to put them somewhere. Maybe I'll hang them somewhere. But for 12 cents for a Waterford piece, how awesome is that? Alright, now getting away from the non-vintage stuff, let's get into the vintage stuff. I'm sure you guys are all noticing, oops, sorry, I didn't need to focus there. This really, really cool vintage school globe. I paid $10 for this. A lot of this stuff that's in here is going to be keepsake for me, but some of it is resale. I'll get to that part in just a sec. I've been wanting an old globe in really, really good condition, and I finally found one, and I like the colors on this one. The way that I knew that this globe was vintage is if you look in Russia, it says Soviet Union, and if you can see right here, it says Russian Soviet Federated Socialist Republic. If you see a globe and it has Russia stated in Europe stated in Russia, and it has Soviet Union, USSR, which for those of you who know your world history stands for United Soviet Socialist Republic, you'll know that this globe is vintage. I don't know how to date these globes. I know it's made in the United States, but I don't know if it's from the 50s or the 60s, or even the 70s. I'm not sure, but I like the vintage look of it, and I know a lot of people like to collect vintage globes, or they just like to add them into their decor. So I finally have one, and for 10 bucks, I couldn't beat it. Down here are some really, really cool vintage, what do you call these things, like canisters for your kitchen? These were $1.50 each, so the buy one, get one half off. Got one for 75 cents. And together that cost me $2.25, but if you do the math, that's around, I don't know. You all know my math isn't great. So I got one for tea, and I got one for coffee. So I'm going to add those with the two that I have downstairs in the garage that are blue. Clean them up a little bit because they are a little dirty, but that's okay. And over here is some old, what do you call this? Chair webbing. I bought a bunch of it at an estate sale one time, and I sold it for like $7 online, but that's just because the shipping was hell of a lot. So I bought this set for, I think it was either $1 or 50 cents, I can't remember. So I'm going to list this online, and hopefully I can sell it for more because I can just throw it in a padded envelope, and it'll be cheap as can be. So that was a good find on my part. This piece I was really debating on because I'm not really sure what exactly it is. But what I thought was really, really neat about it was the fact that it has a cat, a bulldog, and an owl all on one piece. I think it's either a planter or like a pot or something. It has a, I don't know if it's just a maker's mark or what it is, but it says, what does it say, blend? Or E-Leno? E-Lend? Blend? I don't know. That cost me a whopping $2, or maybe it was $1, I can't remember. I have to look at the receipt. But I'm thinking I could put that on eBay or I could put it on Etsy. I want to comment down below on where you think this should go. And I'm thinking I can either ask $9.99 or I might ask $12.99 for it because of the kitschiness. I assume it's from the 1970s, just judging by the kitschiness of the owl and everything like that. And there's no cracks or chips in it, and the paint on it is really, really great. This was buried in a purse bin, and as you know, all of their purses are $5. This is a vintage, I would say, clutch bag, or like you could say an evening bag. Which way does it open? So you open it here. Whoop. Pick it up here. I don't know how well y'all can see this, but it's got a lamppost on here. And it says, what did I think it said? Allen 5, made in the US. Again, that was $5. I think I'm going to wait till around prom season to sell this. I'm going to probably ask $19.99 for it because it's in beautiful condition and you can just put your phone in there, your wallet, whatever you need, makeup, and it's small so a woman doesn't have to carry around a bunch of stuff. Okay, and if you guys read the title of this haul, you'll probably see that Bee with an Itch cut me. And I'll tell you why. I bought this doll, originally it was $5, and I was debating on whether or not I should get her because, if you can see, I'll unbutton her so you guys can see. Sorry if that sounds perverted. But here's what it looks like. When I bought her, they said as is, and it says right here on the tag, as is for $5, and the head was cracked. And I thought, okay, maybe $5 was a little too much for that. But then I found a turtle paperweight for my mom for Christmas. So I was like, you know what? If I buy that paperweight for $8 and I buy this for $5, I get this for $2.50. So I wasn't too picky about that. But you can see there's lots of cracking in it. And the ceramic was coming apart on this. So what I did was I glued the ceramic back together. And focus, you stupid camera. Come on. There we go. I glued it all together, and it's completely sealed. One thing that I want y'all to do is if you ever get a broken doll, or like a head on a doll, and it's cracked, but you really, really want it, take some crazy glue to it. You can go to the Dollar Tree and get a tube of crazy glue. And in order to prevent yourself from cutting yourself, again, like I did, take some crazy glue and put it over the cracks, so that way the crazy glue acts as a sealant, so nobody will crack. Nobody will hurt themselves again. And I got kind of a joke for you. What's the worst kind of doll to give to your child? A crackhead. Sorry, dry humor, but I couldn't resist that one. So that's just gonna go up on my shelf. Let me see what you guys think. Put her up here with all my other little knickknacks. And I know you all are probably thinking, what is a dude doing with dolls? It's not Guys and Dolls, that movie from 1954 with Marlon Brando, but I took some stuff down from the shelf, and I thought, you know, why not make room for her, because I like the blue on her dress and everything, and, you know, I think I made some space for her, so she's going to be up there for a while. Alright, my last piece that I want to show you came off of eBay. I got it for $10, and excuse the, I guess you could say, curious, dirty mind of mine. But I bought the Kinsey Report for Sexual Behavior in the Human Male. We learned a little bit about the sexual revolution of the 1960s in my history class, and we talked about Alfred Kinsey and his study of basically human sexual behavior. And I'm really curious to see what he had to say and what he found out because, you know, in 1948, we didn't really discuss sex. I mean, it's still a very controversial issue nowadays, but we're more open to talking about it now than we were 67 years ago. So I got this one for 10, and I do have the sexual behavior in the human female coming to me, and I paid 7 for that one. I'll show that to you in another haul video. But yeah, I'm really interested and excited to read this, because there are a lot of books that my history professor talked about, and I'm curious to read them because I want to know what people thought back then. So yeah, that is my small little haul for you all today. If you like this video, leave a comment down below. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Make sure you go ahead and follow me on Periscope at Vincent Romano. I'll link that down in the description box. And thank you all for watching.